In the last video, we added a map to one of our FTP send ports. And in this video, what I want to show you is the concept of a send port group. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the subscriptions from the send ports. We're going to create an intermediate level here called a group, and then we'll implement it. So first, I'm going to go offline and change this drawing for you. So I'm going to let you watch me draw part of this so you can visualize it with me. What we're going to do is send our message to a group, and that group is going to have the subscription on it. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the filters from these guys, and we're going to hook these two ports up to the send group. And this is not something I use a lot in the real world, but it's just important that you kind of know how it works. So we'll be sending our message to a send port group, and then that will in turn resend the message to all the send ports that are in that group. So here we are back in BizTalk admin console, and you see here's the concept of a group. So we're going to right click and make a new group, and we'll call this PO send port group. Now what we have to do is actually put other send ports in that group. So here we're going to pick the demo map out and the demo map out FTP. Okay, and then what we're going to have to do is put a filter here, but what I'm going to try to do is copy the filter. So we're actually going to go to the existing send ports we have, and we're going to go to their filters, and see they basically had direct subscriptions before. So what I want to do is actually delete their subscriptions. Same thing here. Go to his filter and then delete it. So if we were to drop a file right now, I guess it would probably say it would be suspended because this guy is disabled. And so it wouldn't go there, and it wouldn't go to these send ports anymore because we just changed their filters so that they have no subscription. So now what we do is we go to the group, go to its filter, and this is again the funny copy here. HTTP. So again, you got to make sure this is exactly correct. And then over here, we're going to put BTS message type, like we did before. Oops, I missed it by one. Okay, so message type equals. Then look down here to confirm that you've typed it correctly, and then click OK. And then we'll start that group. And so now when I run this, we should see the identical results to last time. So before I run it, let's look over here. In the map demo, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 output files. On the FTP site, we have 3 files. So we have 5 and 3. I'll go back to my data and go to map in. We'll copy the complex 2 again. Let it rip. Go to hat, and this is at 305. So you can see here we basically had the same results. We received 1 file and we transmitted 2 files, and if we go look here, we should now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 files here in our FTP site. I have to reconnect and hit refresh. We now have 4 files, and one of them should be at the current time. So just to recap what we did in this demo, we put this intermediary thing here called a send port group. And a group has its own filter, but you also saw basically how simple it was. If we go here to send port groups, there's not a lot of configuration parameters. You have the filters and you have the members of the group. And so basically the easiest analogy for this is if you're familiar with most email programs, you have a distribution group. So if you want to send a message to salespeople, then under there you list a list of all who your salespeople are. And in the future, when new salespeople come and old salespeople quit, you just simply add and take away people from the group. And that's basically one of the advantages of using a send group over separate send ports.